So now what? Okay,
Do you agree
I
that
got you on
Barron-
record.
Should Barron be sent to the front lines in
There's no need. We have a volunteer army, and plenty of people have already volunteered. Thank you.
That's not true.
Yes, it has.
They're already talking
In
about.
fact, we have an increase in recruitment because of what
They're already talking about
because
reinstituting the draft.
Secretary of War Hegseth has done an incredible job of reforming and improving our military.
So that they need to draft more people.
No, that's incorrect.
That's incorrect.
You are incorrect. That's fine.
That's not
just
incorrect.
as you were incorrect when you said that I was threatening people's lives and I wasn't. Now you want to talk about gun violence. I believe that every law-abiding citizen should have a right to carry.
Wrong.
And constitutional carry jurisdictions, crime rates have gone down. I will never go back on that. You can say wrong all you want, but the statistics bear out otherwise. The Kleck and Gerd study shows this. John Lott did extensive research on this, showing that gun ownership decreases crime.
Now
Thank you.
That you were Justice Scalia
Uh-huh.
and an originalist of the Constitution.
I wish.
And therefore, you would read the Second Amendment.
Oh, yes, that same argument you gave me last time.
You would be aghast at the Heller decision.
No, I would not. I would be happy.
It literally struck out the line that said a well-regulated militia.
Okay, sure.
So,
So here's the thing. Justice Scalia ruled in that case for Heller. Yes, I'm Justice Scalia, and I absolutely support the Heller decision.
Right.
You just owned yourself.
No, because the thing is, Republicans are hypocrites, and so the moment that there's a decision that goes
Jimmy,
against
you got to start with truth, and you don't have that. You come from emotion, you come from wokeness, you come from a desire for power at all costs. Enough that you're endorsing Republicans for city council when you should be a Democratic organization. Of course, I supported John Kaji when he was an independent, but he was more conservative than David, I thought, so that's why. Yeah. David's a good guy. I like David, but I don't know. I don't know if I would support him at this time around. I don't know who I would support in District 1. But anyway, we're talking about gun rights, right? Or you said you want to stop gun violence. If you want to stop gun violence, let law-abiding citizens carry. You're saying that law-abiding citizens should not carry?
There's never been a time when a good guy with a gun has stopped a bad guy with a gun.
There's many circumstances.
No.
Let's talk about what happened last week with President Trump almost getting assassinated. Good guys with guns, they stopped that guy. Thank you.
So Secret Service would probably fall under the well-regulated militia aspect of people who are supposed to be carrying.
Okay. So you're hung up on the well-regulated militia part?
Enforcement carry. But who shouldn't be carrying weapons? Just average, everyday people. Do you know who said that in 1967?
Ronald Reagan, right?
Ronald Reagan.
And he was wrong. We've had this discussion.
Ronald Reagan was wrong.
He sure was.
Hey, everyone.
We've had this discussion
before. Arthur Schopper is on record that Ronald Reagan,
he was a liberal in those days.
of the Republican Party, that they all bow down to is.
Dude, Ronald Reagan was out of touch on that. And further, when he took away open carry, you know why he did that? It's because the Black Panthers came in and peacefully protested. That was also wrong. And he said that
it was also wrong to be against the Black Panthers.
It was against their First Amendment rights.
It was against their Second Amendment rights.
Yes, it was. Right? It sure was, and I agree. That was wrong. You see, I can criticize my side. You think Democrats are untouchable. That's another problem you have.
No, that's not true.
Criticize the Democrat. I'd love to hear this. What?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, see?
Off the top of my head, no, I can't think of. Well, I'll say one thing. Okay.
Interesting.
So Swalwell
should
have never been running with that kind of a history.
He should have never been running at all. How about that?
Correct.
Okay.
Now,
I respect that.
When are you going to speak out against the pedophile who's in the White House right now?
He's not a pedophile.
Okay, Katie Johnson's testimony was that he came into the room.
We're talking about the Epstein stuff? We're talking about Epstein? Yeah, are we talking about emails or are we talking about what?
The 13-year-old virgin who Trump raped.
Where's the evidence for this?
It's in her testimony. That's in the Epstein file.
Here's the thing.
That she started to cry and say, please don't.
Was this testimony or was it written?
He slapped her, and it's testimony that she gave to the police. Slapped her and said...
There's so many problems with this because, first of all, you got Trump who totally kicked the guy out as soon as he found out that he was doing abusive things. Second of all, he contacted the Palm Beach, Florida police, 2006. 2 years later, Epstein was convicted.
Epstein was hiring away the people from the Mar-a-Lago spa.
That is incorrect. But you're entitled to believe whatever you want at this point. I can't fix that. If you want to make a better argument, you should have been talking about E. Jean Carroll. A lot of people want to push that. Oh, he was found solely liable for rape.
That's actually legally documented, right?
And you know what?
Actually is a ruling.
What was the evidence?
So
what was the evidence in that case?
What was the evidence?
Just a picture of him standing with her. That's it. And her testimony?
Oh, wait.
Should we believe all women? I don't think so.
The picture that said, well, wait, if we're not going to believe all women, then Swalwell should actually still be in the race.
That's
so
incorrect.
You can't have it both ways, Arthur.
You know what? I would say there was actually a video of Swalwell with the hooker. You remember that? That was released, I think, by one of his former staffers. There was that. You had a number of women came forward. Now, I would say this. If Mr. Swalwell didn't do anything, then he should have stayed put. But we all know that all this stuff came out. Why? Because Democrats don't want this big convoluted primary. You guys are in trouble. There might be 2 Republicans.
Or you can admit that there are plenty of Republicans who face the same situation as Swalwell, but they're still in their positions.
I can go a step worse. We could talk about Dennis Hastert. He should have been hung from a tree.
Dennis Hastert?
Yes, he should have.
And isn't there somebody, Livingston, that was even before that?
That was adultery, and he resigned.
Okay.
That was a consensual thing. It's still wrong. I agree.
Okay.
See, I am consistent. You're not. You just told me I can't think of it. Well, then you thought of Swalwell. But let's be honest here. Swalwell had a long history of sexual problems. The guy slept with a Chinese spy. What is this?
That's not documented either.
Oh, he admitted to it. It's done.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so that takes care of that. Now, I want to go back to this gun issue because you're so hung up on that. What do you want to go back to?
Well, I want to go back to what you said about